blanket.
Are those new underwear? That's nice.
No, they're old, but thanks for noticing.
So, who's ready to start school this week?
Welcome to our returning students and a special welcome to our new freshman class. This is an important time for you. You're on the cusp of adulthood, about to enter a new world.
Can't wait. I'm sick of being the smallest kid in my class.
I'm happy to tell you that your first field trip is this weekend. Tommy, can I speak to you for a minute? I'm sorry to say that you won't be joining the rest of your class on this particular field trip.
What? Why not?
You'll just have to wait until you're a little older before you can join your class on these trips, okay?
Dude, what's wrong? I went on the field trip. What happened? So what do we do? I don't know. Those things are the most important people in the town. I saw something weird there.
Weird. What do you mean?
We could use some more hard evidence. What the fuck was that?
Tommy, what are you doing?
You jeopardize my job and the well-being of this family.
This is bad. No, I mean I gotta get out of here, out of this town.
There's no point running, Tommy. You'll be part of us soon enough.
Let's fuck shit up.
Hey.
This video and all content is made possible by our Patreon subscribers. For $3 a month, you can help keep the lights on here at From North to Wharf. Thank you for your ongoing support. And if you would like your own From North to Wharf merchandise, head to fromnorthtowharf.threadless.com. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your unofficial but verified one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am Mike.
And I'm JB.
Little fun thing at the top of the show there. Our friend Paul Scarlatta, of course, you know him from the Great North.
Big Mouth.
Lots
of stuff. He's done a lot of things.
He's done tons of stuff. He's been in the industry for quite a while. He's he's doing. Jesus Christ, let me get my words together here. When he was on our show, he had mentioned the Van Helsing Society, which was a YA movie series. I'm not quite sure how it's being pitched. Actually, I know it's being pitched. It's being pitched as a movie with different chapters. And today the Kickstarter page went live, and the trailer, which you just saw, was attached to that. Too. So, if you are so inclined and you are wanting to keep original animation alive and well, I would suggest checking out Paul Scarlatta's Instagram page. He has a link to his Kickstarter there. For as little as $1, you can help fund the project. There are different tiers with different prizes and stuff like that. I know JB and myself will be making a contribution either as From North to Wharf for individuals, but we will be putting our money towards this. So yeah, just a good guy trying to make some original content, and we are here to help him with that in any way
He's
we
worked
can.
on King of the Hill, Family Guy, The Regular Show, Big Mouth, American Dad, and The Great North. So he's done quite a big hitters when it comes to animation.
Yeah, so we've seen a couple of those shows.
Just a couple, all of them.
So yeah, it's really cool. We're gonna actually have him on. We're trying to figure out if we're either going to meet up at Comic-Con and do a little sit down, or if he's gonna come on the live stream here and do a sit down. But either way, Paul's gonna come back on. We're gonna discuss the Van Helsing Society and all that comes with it. And don't worry if you missed the trailer, that'll be playing at the top of all of our streams for I don't know a couple weeks now. We'll see. But yeah, that's what that was. Pretty cool. Hello,
I'm
JB.
excited to see where it goes. So
yeah, I'm really excited. If you go on his page, it gives you a breakdown of what exactly they're trying to do. And the first step, they're trying to reach about $40,000, which would allow them to do like the first chapter of the movie. Because apparently the breakdown comes to about $1,000 or no, $10,000 for every minute of animation.
Sheesh.
Whoosh. And then that's like TV tier animation. So obviously if you're looking at like a 90-minute movie, you do the math, it's like $1 billion. But obviously they're just trying to do this one little bit at a time. There's not really a huge, actually there is no studio push behind this. This is all Paul and a couple of his friends, but mainly just Paul, just doing this all to just trying to get their own thing together. So,
and it's pretty cool to see some original content. We don't see a lot of original content since like Adult Swim and like since Cartoon Network got bought out. We were getting a lot from them. HBO's kind of picked up a little bit, but now they're tightening things up, and like it's just a very weird place for animation right now. So when you see like someone trying to do something independent, we try to support it as much as we can, especially when it's someone that's like Paul, who's such a cool, nice guy. And like, it's a cool idea. Like, I haven't really seen a really good horror animated show probably since like Castlevania. So
JB, kill the dead air. I have to grab something real quick. Sorry.
That's fine. But let's see what everyone says in the chat. Whatever this is, I want more. Yeah, it looks cool. He's been talking about it. We interviewed him with the Great North, and then we talked a little bit of Big Mouth and Regular Show as well, and King of the Hill. And he's been talking about it since then. So it's been at least a year to a year and a half since Paul's been on, maybe 2. And he's been working on this, just chipping away at it. So it's really cool to see the trailer for it finally coming out, because we only had stills before. So
And then last year at Comic-Con, he was handing out postcards. I think this year he said he was going to be handing out posters. So I know we're definitely going to meet up with him. It's just a matter of for how long and what capacity and what we're going to do. Not sure why Insomnia Bob doesn't have a scheduled air date yet. Because next week is a repeat. Or a replay of an old episode.
Like a rerun.
Yeah, rerun. And
it'll be from this season, but it's not.
Oh new. Yeah. What was it? I had it on the tip of my tongue as to what.
Is it Opus?
No, it's not Opus. I know the Great North is replaying the one where Ham falls in love with the animatronic.
Okay, I'm trying to think what came out that week.
Yeah, what is it? For the life of me, I can't remember. But it's on Futon Critic.
Okay. And we kind of talked that this might happen, because I think what they're going to do is try to stretch out the season a little bit, because usually they pick up in like September. So I think they're just trying to make sure they have enough to finish it out and then have a small gap and then go right in. Maybe like a week gap, maybe.
Yeah. But we'll see. I know right now their only Futon Critic only has a schedule up through next week, so nothing beyond that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We are still waiting on a handful of episodes that we know are going to be airing this year or this season. I'm sorry. So we'll see. There's a lot going on. They still have July and August.
Yep.
And my guess is they're going to run all the way up until the start of next season.
That's what I would think.
Yeah. Maybe a week or two break between, but I can see them running all the way up till September. So,
and we'll have more information and stuff what we can share with you once we get to Comic-Con and see the panel and what they talk about. But there's always some things that they're like, make it a surprise. And interesting enough, a lot of fans don't disclose that stuff, so that's actually been pretty cool.
Yeah, they've
like
been really cool.
The new Marshmallow, like no one really talked about it. They just were like, they're like, keep it on. It's going to be a fun surprise for everybody. Don't ruin it. So then no one really said that much about it.
You know what I wonder is, now while that's impressive, is like, oh yeah, this is such a big thing, and the panels are always packed. It's standing room only sometimes. I wonder how active a lot of those people are online. Like maybe they're not the ones going to the message boards and posting all the information. So I don't know if it was that hard to be like, hey, don't tell anybody, because like
because I think last year we were sitting next to the guys.
Last year we were in like the third row.
Mm-hmm. There were some people that I had seen interviewing Wendy and Lizzie. Like they worked for Animation Domination, I think, and they would interview the panels after they, like before and after they did their things.
Mm-hmm.
And they seemed just as involved as we were, but I didn't see anyone else. And they had a press badge, but that was like the only people I really saw.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we're coming for your jobs, by the way, guys.
Mm-hmm. You're on notice.
Whoever you were, you're on fucking notice. Yeah, we should try to get press badges.
Yeah, it might be just more fan related. They might just push more fans coming than anything else.
Yeah. Looking at one of the promo pictures for the show game on Fox Flash, I'll get to see Felix and Inga again for somewhere in the show game, which is coming out July 3rd. If everyone's wondering the plot for the show game, blah, 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 blah. If those photos are out, then we'll get the high quality photos and we'll post those. What else? Mike has to brag. We were in the third row. Yeah, well, we were in the third row.
We were in the third row, and we were in the third row because we had to do the Bob's Burgers meetup, and it happened to be very close to the start time for the Great North. So we were worried that if we didn't get in, because there's a line, and if we didn't get into the line, we would have had to end the meetup like 20 minutes into the meetup to get in.
Well, we lucked out because we had Jay, who
Jay helped us out.
Well, Wendy
and Lizzie, had Jay help us out.
Got us on the guest list there, so we were able to sit in, and then we thought we had to leave because they were clearing out the room, and then we nobody told us anything, so what we did is we found Joel, and we just struck up a conversation. So you're like, well, fuck it. If we're here talking to Joel, they can't make us leave.
Well, he had a cool hat. So
he had a cool hat.
About his Bento Box hat.
Yeah. So we were like, well, you're not going to kick us out if the co-founder of Bento is talking to us. So get out of our face. So we did that. And then by the time the Bob's panel started, he was like, well, you guys just sit down.
Just plop
we sat down.
Yeah.
So we sat down.
And then we talked shop afterwards too. It was fun. That was actually a really cool conversation because we got to talk a lot about the Great North and what they were doing and a lot of cool stuff. So,
and then he came on our show, which is really cool.
That was cool.
Which Wild Stallions will air on July 10th this year. Do you know that for a fact, Homer, or is this one of your wild guesses that you think?
Because that's a Buddies episode, and
he doesn't
really
even
excited to see that one.
Yeah, so show us proof that
all of them, but that's Brian Wiley's first episode, so we're very excited for Wiley.
I'm just jealous. Don't listen to me. Oh, you're fine, Jay-Z.
That's fine. You'll get in. You'll get to see it at some point.
Yeah. And you'll be at the meetup. Odds are, I mean, here's the fun thing about the meetup is there's always, I won't say always, but most of the time somebody shows up, but they're always like in the back, low key hanging out because they don't want to make a scene.
Yeah.
I know our first year Simon was back there hanging out. Obviously we had Keisuke there. So
we had last year Harry was there, Walner, H-Man, there was Brian, Blaine was there, Jay. There's quite a few actually that we've had on the show or like know from interviewing or just talking to them online. Simon. One of the years, Simon either left his cell phone or his wallet, and I had to go find him. I know I was messaging him on IG, like, you left your wallet. He, like, came and found us at the booth.
Man. Okay. So, yeah, not much in the way of news.
We should just sort of talk about Bob's being in Fortnite just for a second.
Oh yeah, that little thing. Okay.
Just that
Fortnite
little thing.
Fortnite has released the this past Friday. Fortnite released their Father's Day bundle, which includes Hank Hill, Cleveland Brown, and of course Bob Belcher. Each character has their own like emotes and backpack bling, I think is what it's called. Hank has a special wrap for his weapons.
Yep.
All really good fun. I know I downloaded it. Sounds like you downloaded it as well.
They finally got me into Fortnite.
Yeah, I was like, I used to play with like Todd and them, but I kind of fell out because I wasn't going to spend any money.
How many chicken dinners have you made for yourself?
What?
First place.
Oh, 0.
Oh, dude, I gotta friend you.
So here's the thing with Fortnite. First off, it's a dumb game. It's essentially Call of Duty for children. But
it is. I don't
all
build
you
shit.
have to
I just kill and hide. That's
all
it.
you have to do is land in an area of the map where nobody is and slowly just make your way in, let everybody else kill each other. I've gotten all the way to second place by not even firing a single round.
Yeah.
Just waiting. I'm like, all right.
It's called being smart.
That's all it is. I watched like 2 people just like shoot and kill each other. I was like, I'm just gonna wait here.
Yeah.
We'll let you 2
Once
kill each
that
other.
person who kills the other person is like wounded and tries to run away, it's just like, hello.
I'm gonna let you break down your shields of each other, and then I'm gonna come clean up the mess. What are you changing your name to when the Great North gets canned? We are not changing our name.
No, we won't.
Because here's the thing, Christine. I guarantee you, other than the handful of you who check us out every week here, 99% of the people who know about North to Wharf don't even know North is from the Great North.
Yeah, the sad part of that.
It doesn't even matter.
But no, we're still hoping. So we'll see what happens. But I've been able to get 6 so far.
I have not.
And I do my Bob's Burger of the Day dance every time I win, and people just yell and get angry, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I have no tolerance. I don't like. I've muted all the players, so I don't hear anybody. I don't listen to anybody. I don't have time for that. I don't need to be called any kind of racist name while I'm losing at Fortnite. So
I just started muting it. I don't care to hear it.
My goal is to get a group of like 4 of us, all Bobs, to kind of just like wreck house on there. So.
Oh, we could play like duos or even get 4 people. I think Adam might have it, so we could be rocking that.
Let's see. Cello asks, "Hey, question for you both. Do you guys know the unicycle story from Bob's Burgers? Isn't that Bernard's story from the Blu-ray extras?"
I think so. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I got to win in the Bob skin. Yeah. My first match was a win with the Bob skin.
Yeah, I still have yet to win, but I am playing and
almost had an epic one last night, but killed like 8 people, and then this dude just came in and just wrecked me with a car. And I was like, really? You can't even face me?
Yeah.
Driving.
Yeah, if you drive over folks with a car, you're a bitch.
Well, I liked this one character that they had these gloves, and they just punched the car into the water, and I'm just like, just keep doing it. I just kept watching. I was like, this is awesome to watch because I hate the cars.
But yeah, we're obviously we're still playing it. That may be a new thing on our YouTube channel now that Bob's is in Fortnite. We can obviously just play that anytime and just get content that way. So maybe we'll have like a video games section of the North to Wharf YouTube page where we upload stuff. Let's see.
Bob's evening.
Shut your mouth, Christine. It will be renewed.
We're hoping.
We're hoping.
There is that change.com thing going around. So
there is a change.com. What do you call those things?
Petition.
Petition. Is it gonna do anything? I've never known an online petition really do anything, if we're being completely honest. I mean, maybe like ones that got like thousands upon thousands of signatures. But I don't know. We'll see. My hope is that it gets picked up by another network.
Yeah,
that's my hope. I may have to try Fortnite out. Yeah, and the cool thing is, even if you're not good at it, I'm not good at it. Clearly, JB is a pro, but even if you're not good
Just
at it,
decent. When I play
it's
with my neighbor and his friends in like fours, I'm pretty sure they level me up to their level, which is like 30 or something insane. And like, I do get wrecked a lot and have to get revived by it because those guys are like chugging the shield stuff and like changing weapons midair and doing the like John Wick guns. And like, okay, like I am well out of my range here. So I usually hide and wait and use shotguns and
when I used to play with like Todd and Brad and them, they were those guys. They're like really good, and I'm not good. They would usually get like first place in their teams. I'm like, fuck that, man. I'm just here along for the vibes and the jokes, but they're really good.
We'll have to try to get them on again. But I know Todd's really busy with Con and Burning Man stuff right now.
Yeah, we haven't played as a group in a good long while. They occasionally play, and I see one of the guys is usually on there like every night.
Oh, Katamari, love that.
Oh, Katamari's dope.
I really wish they would do Seymour's Bay and Katamari just as a fun little mini game for on your phone. Just an animation Dom game where you just roll a burger around and just pick things up. That would be fun.
At least it's not Roblox. I don't know anything about Roblox, but I guarantee if they came out with a Bob skin, I'd pick up Roblox. So
I don't know. Roblox is Roblox.
Only because we need to make content.
Yeah.
But yeah, JZG, if you do Fortnite, let us know. We'll add everybody and we'll get a game together today. But yeah, okay, sorry. So the skins came out, obviously. Right, I don't know if the sale is still going on, but upon initial release, they were selling for 2,000 V-Bucks, which is roughly
I got it for 16 or 18 bucks.
$18.
18.
You can get 1,000 V-Bucks for $8.99.
Yeah, that was
the original price for these is 28 V-Bucks.
28 or 26, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So it was going to run you like $22.
Yeah.
But I think when I bought it, and it sounds like when you bought it, it was on sale for 18. So
that's when I got it.
So it's cool. As far as I can tell, the skins never go away because if you know about Fortnite, there's new seasons every so often. The skins carry over.
Yeah, my buddy was still playing the Star Wars Stormtrooper skin, so I don't think it changes.
No, and then if you buy the different emotes from, like, let's say Sabrina Carpenter, for example, you can make Bob dance as Sabrina Carpenter. So it's pretty cool. I may pick up the Hank Hill one, but we'll see. I'm not too sold on
Cleveland.
A
lot of Hank Hills playing. Yeah. They're interesting to watch as a group.
So yeah, that's currently out there. For those of you interested, Fortnite itself is free. You can play for free. It's just a cool little extras that you have to pay for. But I think that's all we got for news.
Yeah, really just if you want your Pride stuff, go ahead and grab it still. I wore mine to Pride Parade on Saturday, the Toddland shirt. Got some compliments for it, so that was nice. But yeah, if you want it, go grab it because it is good.
Oh, and at some point during tonight's live stream, we're going to do an unboxing of one of these bad boys. One of the new bobbleheads.
The new bobbleheads that came out. They're hard to find, too.
Yeah. But when are we going to do that? Who knows? You just have to watch the whole thing.
And there's the 6, right?
There are 6 figures. The Belchers and Teddy. But before we get into that, we do have 2 new episodes to discuss.
We do.
Unfortunately, I'll let everybody know this.
Yeah, I'll let them know now. Watch the numbers drop.
Does not have a Lone Moose Minute tonight. He is visiting with family, and he sends his best wishes and says that he did indeed enjoy the episode, but he did not have time to record a review. So
he's probably out in the country somewhere.
That means we will be withholding his paycheck for the week, but he will return next week, Lord willing. But for now, you have us, and we are covering the Great North. JB, what's the synopsis for this episode?
We got MIB this week, which is Men in Belts Adventure. That's season 5, episode 15. Beef and Walt's best friend relationship is put to a test, which is over the belt, and Wolf and Honeybee team up with the Dudleys to catch some thieves. They're basically like, we'll get to it, but it's Bob's did an episode with group dating, and it's similar to that, but I like their twist better. I like how they'd handled this.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were going to set up a romantic relationship with Beef and what's his face.
Initially, it kind of comes off that way.
I was like, they're making dinner together, they're hanging out, they have inside
I knew
jokes.
whose dad it was, and I was like,
yeah.
Once he said like, oh, she's off doing firefighting for the month, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. She does that the stints where she does the wildfire firefighting.
This is a Brokeback Mountain situation. Like the wife's away, he needs some kind of consoling. We'll get to that new stuff when we get to that new stuff. But all in all, really enjoyed the episode. I thought it was seeing Beef's excitement at the very beginning when they finally announced what was going in the construction zone and how he was really stoked to just go there and just watch it being built and watch the cement dry. I thought it was really fun. The kids,
it's totally something Beef would do.
The kids' jokes as to why they didn't want to go. Ham being casted as the Mission in Mission Impossible, and Moon being Tom Cruise, which was really funny.
There were some good moments.
Yeah.
And I know someone said Bob has said they preferred the B plot more than the A plot. And I think this is one where both were evenly balanced, but I think it depends on you, if you like the A or the B more. I think this is one where it could go either way, depending on your taste. And
yeah. And I honestly didn't see the twist coming, because like you know it's Beef's belt. He showed it to you. What excuse do you have for saying it's your belt? You stole it. But that also makes sense that Kathleen stole it from him and then stabbed him. I just don't know why he wouldn't tell Beef that once he got caught. Yeah, once he got caught, why wouldn't you just tell him?
Well, why not just tell him to begin with? And then he probably like, oh, then let's just go get another choo-choo belt and I'll wear that one. Like it would have been. I guess that doesn't really fix the episode for us, so we wouldn't have that. So yeah, it has to be that.
Yeah, drama. Otherwise that would have been mainly the B plot.
It would have been like the clips where they do like, so you're hired, and then they just play like the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. That's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
We'll just get belts together. Dun, 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 dun. That's that.
Joe says, I thought the stuff between Beef and Walt would irritate you the most, Mike, especially when they were fighting. No, I thought it was very funny.
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed that actually. I think Beef. It's been a long time since we've seen Beef actually have a friend and have a good time. It's been a while. Like the closest I think we got was like, I can't even say Tuss Johnson the second time.
No.
Because it was like at the end maybe he kind of was more friendly with him. It wasn't like Dick Chateau, he didn't have that. Nope. It's really only his brother Brian that we ever see Beef really get close to.
Yeah, and yeah. And even then that was a tumultuous thing because Beef was constantly ruining unknowingly ruining stuff. Yeah. Wolf be his best friend is funny because their daughters are also best friends. Because it was new. Walt didn't know him well enough and he didn't want to risk ruining the best friend bond. So he'd rather him have Beef think that he stole it from him.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
And Walt seems like a down-to-earth guy like Beef. That's why I was like, this shouldn't go this way.
Yeah. So when he gave that excuse, I was like, that's a BS excuse. His wife, it was a piece of shit. You know it. He knows it. It's not like you're gonna save his feelings from it. So that felt kind of flat. Like that didn't work at all.
No, but overall though, I did like the B plot quite a bit.
Yeah,
I thought it was fun. I think everyone has had at least one instance of being Honeybee or Wolf in that situation where they're like, oh, we'll just get it next time. And you never see them again.
Homer, that's the second time you've mentioned the episode for July 10th. Show us where, please. We want to know, where are you getting that information from? If you don't know, stop saying it. You do this every week. Give us the information where you're getting it from, or knock it off. Jesus Christ. Sorry, but it's getting irritating. Did Fox not renew the Great North? Is that why there's a petition? Yeah, they haven't renewed it.
They haven't done it yet.
Yeah, they haven't done it yet. Operative word there being yet. I'm gonna be honest. It's getting a little late in the game. We'll see. I know there are a lot
keep watching it. Just keep streaming it. I've moved from Bob's to the Great North to kind of. I mean, I like watching it anyway, but push the numbers up if you can, because I mean, we all know who's sleeping to Bob's Burgers. We all done it.
Yeah,
we've all done it. That's why we're here.
You've done it.
So
just
swap it up for a little while.
But yeah, that's everyone always curious is like, how can we help the shows? The best you can do is watch the episodes, because all the posting and stuff like we do, like all the other fan pages do, like shows that there is interest in the show, but I mean, like 30 different posts doesn't really move the needle for anybody. But if like thousands upon thousands of people are watching the shows, especially on Hulu, which I hear they're doing really good on Hulu.
They are.
So hopefully that counts for something.
And that's why I'm really curious if they end up turning it into like Futurama, where it's just on Hulu. And because I know they're trying, their biggest argument is that probably no one's watching it live.
Yeah, but who's watching anything live though?
I don't really know. And
I don't know anyone who has
how
cable.
they even gauge. I mean, I know they can watch the analytics and be like, oh, look at this. There's people like these TVs are set to watch this. But like at some point, it's like the streaming is significant. No one, like not as many people have cable anymore. So it's like, why are we looking at this? I mean, I guess it's the advertising. We've talked about it. So people want to advertise during shows where there's a lot of people watching it live, which is probably why sports does so well. And it's hard for other shows.
Dining Dasher's the worst. Only good thoughts in constant watching a TGN. Yeah, it's really all we can do as the consumers. So I know a lot of people are sending emails. That's fine, but again, if only like 15 people are sending emails, it doesn't really move the needle. A lot of those folks are getting canned responses anyways. So I don't know, unless we want to do a No Kings style protest, I don't know if any of that other stuff is going to really move the needle much. So it's really just watching the episodes, talking about the episodes.
And I do agree with Bob. It's like, you can post about it. You can post
absolutely
clips for the show and like get the word out, which you can totally do, which is why we keep doing it. We want people to watch it because it is good, and I think it gets lumped in with Bob's too quickly. It's like The Office. It was trying to do that at first, and trying to just be, Parks and Rec was just trying to be The Office at first, and then it found its own footing. The Great North was similar, but it only took a couple episodes for it to write itself and find out like it just needed to be more itself.
Let's see, Bobbis. All it takes is one person to start the needed word of mouth chain for many. I love your optimism.
I think unfortunately it needs to be people that have a lot of social clout. They need to have millions of followers and get them watching it. It really is going to be about watching it. If they post it, it's like we get people watching it, that'll push it. But us, we're trying, but we don't have as much clout as like an influencer someone else will have, where they can get people to watch it.
And I will say this: all the posting and stuff, the creators of the show see it. The artists and folks on the show see it.
They love seeing it because they're like, they
absolutely
love seeing that people love it.
But at the end of the day, if the numbers aren't there, then the numbers aren't there. That's just the brutal math of it all. But we can hope and pray that we get some good news and perhaps another network picks them up. Perhaps Fox says, one more season, we'll see how it goes. But we'll see. Um, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
But the twist at the end where literally they got stuck with the bill again.
Yeah, I watched the episode. I mean, I do look down occasionally to do something else while I'm listening. Did they see that the fake waiter? Did we have a scene where he showed up and I just didn't see it?
I think he does show up, but it's very minimal.
Okay,
it's very short.
Because he's like, that's the drifter from the bus station. I was like, I don't know where the hell that guy came from. Maybe I missed it though. Jay-Z, yes. Like we can get someone like Kai Cenat. Yeah, no, Kai Cenat ain't doing shit. But yeah. Great North. Dug the episode. Next week we're getting 2 new episodes. I think last time they did a double dip on episodes, the ratings were pretty decent. I don't think it rivals like Bob's, but it was pretty decent for the Great North numbers. So maybe they're hoping to catch lightning in a bottle twice with this. I don't think it's an instance of them just trying to get all the episodes out and out of the way. Like I've seen some people mention online. I do honestly think that this season has been good as any for the Great North. And it just needs to find its audience, and the audience just needs to watch it and grow. What's really frustrating is I'm seeing folks like just now finding the show. Like, oh, I just started watching it. I can't wait to get to season 5. And I'm like, oh my God, where have you been the last 5 seasons? Because you definitely heard about it. Was there a different voice actress for Henry's mom because she did not sound like the same person?
The Totley mom, she did sound different. She sounded a little bit more like if you've watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off or Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, it felt like the secretary. Like it was like that, almost like Minnesota accent, where it's like the oh dear, like that kind of thing. It was more that than usual, but it sounded similar. It just sounded, I think, a little different. I can see if it's someone different, but I just thought maybe they just were trying something a little bit different with the voice. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I guess I wasn't paying too much attention to the voice, but I mean, it sounded at least close enough for me to not really notice initially. Baba says Johnny Two Cellos said that he has TGN content planned for this year, but here we are 6 months later. Yeah, that's not coming out. Or it'll come out after any bad news is out. It's like, oh man, I should have released it earlier. They don't have anything planned. Megan Mullally previously voiced Miss Tunley for the first 4 seasons. I hope Megan Mullally is still voicing Allison, who is Judy's boss. Oh, we haven't seen Allison except for that one episode where she was getting married, right? It's been a minute since we've seen her.
She might be busy.
Yeah.
Because I know she's on tour with Nick right now.
Well, then that would mean Nick is busy, but he's in every episode.
Yes.
Let's see. Or maybe they just killed Allison. I don't know. I also love Judy's wolf moment of saying we need to push our D's together. Yeah. It's always good to push your D's together with your buds. Yeah. Any parting words for the Great North before we hop into Bob's?
So the Great North's next episode is called Super Smash Lovers Adventure. And the synopsis is, after an extreme experience, Ham, Judy, and Moon get a whole new outlook on life. Vague. So we'll see what happens.
What's the second episode?
They have not said it yet.
It's on Fox Flash.
I'll have to look that up then. But they don't have it listed yet on IMDb.
We saw her. Oh, no. Always get it from Fox Flash. We saw her last season, but it was a non-speaking montage. Then she didn't appear. Everyone knows unless you're talking, you ain't there. Oh, also, I love Jenny Slate having 2 roles in this episode. I thought that was Jenny Slate. Did Jenny play the Diner Dash wife?
Yes, that sounded like her.
Okay, yeah. She's one of those H. John folks who don't really have to change her voice, but still plays different characters. Yeah, so good catch, Shello. I thought that was her too. So that's fun. Yeah. So while JB
right now.
Man, oh man. And Mike, we blind people notice these things. That's why I brought it up. Hey, I wasn't watching the episode, so maybe I was blind to the episode. It may be
here
my
we go.
hearing.
The next episode after that will be called Serendipity Beef Adventure.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. And there are some images for it. Quite a few, actually.
What's the synopsis?
Looking right now to see if we get.
Go to schedule.
I got to log in, it says. I don't
No. Fuck that. Go to the schedule tab at the top. And then go to this. Yeah.
And Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Up there we go. I already got Bob's Burgers. Okay, yeah. We have Super Smash Lovers, and then we also have at 9:30 Serendipity Beef Adventure. Honeybee and Wolf renovate the guest cabin. Oh, I saw a little bit of a trailer for this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the synopsis. Honeybee and Wolf renovate the guest cabin after an extreme experience. Ham, Judy, and Moon get a whole new outlook on life. Then on a field trip to view Carlu's Kissin' Comets, Beef rushes to stop the kids from suffering a terrible fate. Aunt Dirt goes rogue on Old Moose retirement home. And those are the episode synopsises for both.
So we're getting Aunt Dirt back. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen her in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Moon is getting an episode to himself. I mean, obviously with Judy. Because like the last couple episodes, he's just been relegated to like background noise.
Yeah, Ham was back, which is nice.
Yeah. Cool. Let's hop into Bob's Burgers then, shall we?
Bob's Burgers.
Yum.
So Bob's Burgers this week. Get that up. We had The Place Beyond the Pine Cones, season 15, episode 14. Tina and Thunder Girl spend the night in the woods, and Tina faces something even scarier than her nemesis, Troop 257.
Toot. This episode was awesome.
This was so fun. It was so weird and fun, and just like it took itself seriously enough to make it work. Because like that house could have been all kinds of like just eerie.
It could have been goofy,
eerie, and it was weird. But they didn't go into explaining it. They're just like, it's just weird.
Yeah,
and it was like, oh, okay, this works. It worked.
It definitely gave off creepy, uneasy vibes. Not spooky or nothing. I could see this was like an October episode. Excuse me. Because it kind of made your butthole pucker a little. But I know we have the twinning coming up this season, and that kind of gave off the same vibes as far as like the cover art goes.
But this one, it's like creepy vibes to it. That one picture they posted on Fox Flash of the girls with the paper plates over their face, I was like, oh, this is creepy.
I was trying to figure out what they were parodying, but I don't think it's any movie or show in particular, just like an overall vibe. Obviously, it's a school for what are those schools called when they try to teach young ladies? Etiquette schools.
Etiquette schools.
Yeah.
So then they had like the rock the girl had to put in her mouth and the posture chairs, and she kept saying horrible things. Those like quotes like dainty women don't get picked and like things like that. You're like, oh wow.
Yeah, Bob has kind of nailed it. It did feel a very adult, not like oh, you're gonna see tits or something, but like a very grown up in its humor and in its approach to this episode.
Because like the second you get into that house, like the kids definitely are like, something's wrong here. This doesn't seem right. And then they know it because they're like, oh, we're going further and further into the house. That's it felt like Get Out. You're definitely right, Bobbis. Like as an audience member, I'm just like, don't do that. Don't do that. And they're just like, and they know it and they're saying it and they still would do it. And Tina was the one who's just like, you got to get out. Get out of here.
Get out. Yeah, you're right. I wonder, or not I wonder, but I liked that there wasn't a B plot.
It didn't need it.
There wasn't a B plot. There were shots back to the family, which I enjoyed that they did. They did like just like a quick little, what's going on here? Nothing. All right, back here.
That was enough.
There was absolutely no B plot to this whatsoever, and I thought that was perfect.
I like Yahoo's comment to etiquette, more like etiquette. Very much. I just love that the one Troop 257 girl's just like, come on, we can get out of here. You can be free. And they're like, our parents are going to pick us up in a little
bit. We're not trapped here.
We're fine. They're like, oh, okay.
Isn't that the voice of Chief Edna?
I thought it was.
It sounded like her.
But you get the Get Out vibe even from the beginning where the girl's just like, run. And then the door closes. Like, did you say run?
Yeah. Wish you would have said fun.
And then they started tying them up. And I was like, okay, yeah, get out.
Yeah, when he's tied to the chair. So let me ask you this. They brought the girls out for the troop orienting, yada yada. And what was their goal there?
It was to learn how to navigate using a compass and a map.
And what were they looking themselves.
For? Yeah. And they were trying to find small rocks with notes on them. I like looking around because I have like a rock because my son collects rocks. They were looking for rocks that had specific like coordinates on it, and then from there, or like clues, and then they would go find it. And if they found all 8, it should lead them to the gold pine cone.
So the end goal was to find the gold pine cone.
Yes, which Tina found right at the beginning.
And Tina and obviously everybody else was afraid that Troop 257 was going to cheat to find the pine cone.
Yes.
And they were trying to prevent that.
So then they drew friendship bracelet ribbons, and Tina lost, so she had to follow them.
So then let me ask you this. If the goal was to prevent Troop 257 from cheating, right, and find the golden pine cone so they could win, Tina found it right away and could have not followed 257.
Well, no. That's the problem, though. She was trying not to after she found it. She hid it in her like crack of her pants and like her jacket and tried to walk back. But Troop 257 was getting, well, at least those two were getting so lost and walking in circles, they kept running into Tina. So then she couldn't get away.
She found the pine cone initially.
Well, she also wanted to blow the whistle to alert the other troops to come, but they broke her whistle, so she couldn't do it.
But she initially was like, should I go back and find my team and we won, or should I follow them? So she hid the pine cone and she followed them for no damn reason.
Oh, no, she kept the pine cone.
Well, yeah, I mean, she hid it in like her shorts.
Yeah.
But at that point, it didn't matter if 257 cheated because they weren't going to win. They weren't going to find them.
They weren't going to win.
There was no reason to follow them at that point.
No. But she was trying to find her way back, but she kept running into Rena and the other girl.
But that was after the fact.
Yes.
Yeah. So she found the pine cone. She could have just chilled because everyone else walked away. She didn't have to follow him at that point. Tina is terrible. It's pretty much them playing fire with fire. No, it was her skirt. She was going to just follow them. Yeah, she was initially just following
I'm not
them.
sure why she continued to follow. I think she felt bad that they were so lost, but it's like, why?
But that was the thing. So she was spying on them, right? The 257 was all together. And then she dropped to the ground because she like snapped a twig or something. They all looked back. And while she was on the ground, she found it, stood up. And then that's when 257 separated to cheat or whatever they were doing. At that point, the game's over. Tina has the pine cone. She just has to walk backwards the way she came. Game over, man. Game over. The rest of this didn't need to happen.
JZG is right. I was thinking if Jody cleaned it and ruined it, broke the whistle.
Oh yeah, maybe, because you can't really take those things apart and hope they go back together.
No.
Troop 119 as a whole should be accountable for what?
Finding the stuff on their own. I mean, this is a weird task to ask any person to do. It was weird that they were having a group of like 8th graders and younger figure this out in a 20-something acre woods.
I will say this: land navigation is not hard. Children can do it. And again, they obviously didn't hide it very well because Tina found it right away, by accident, of course. I think they just wanted to prove that they were cheating. But to what end? To what end, JZG? It's not like the troop leaders were going to be like, oh, now you're in trouble. They're not. They also got lost, so that's why the whole thing happened, is because they got lost. Yeah, no, I get that. She got lost because she kept following them.
Well, I think she was hoping that between the 3 of them, they could figure it out.
But that's the thing. So, I agree there, but it wasn't the 3 of them until she kept following them. Like
I
before
think she was just like, at least I'm with somebody compared to being solo in the woods at night by herself.
But no, again, I ask. She wasn't going to meet up with them. So like, oh, hey, I'm lost. Let me hang out with you guys. She followed them after she found the pine cone to just make sure that they were cheating or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So once she found the pine cone, there was no reason for her to follow them anymore.
There wasn't, but I
Yeah.
do think the issue is that she kept trying to get away, but the other girls kept running into her. So she kept getting awkward and was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
She could have definitely walked away once they threw the whistle, but she went and got the whistle back. And I think at that point, the other girls were just lost and like, we're just going to hang around Tina. She's our best chance of getting out of here.
Yeah, so Tina deserves to die.
No.
In that etiquette school.
Well, can we address the etiquette school at the end of the episode?
Absolutely.
She was dressed up as that woman.
Yes.
That was, and they never explained it, and they're just like, that's it. And the girls in the house were like, yeah, this is just normal.
I was like, that's either a bad dye job or it's a wig.
But also, like, those parents dropped those kids off, and whoever put cult, it is a little weird that like they're just accepting it, and it's just, this is what it is. And also that girl's daughter just lives there.
Yeah. And then who was the was it Dan Mintz who was the voice of the daughter?
It sounded like him.
Yeah, because when the girls lit the thing on fire,
it's Cello or Christine that's been nailing who's voiced what this week.
Yeah, my kids' Boy Scouts did a camping trip, and just like that, I had to navigate. Yeah, I had when I was going through boot camp, we had to navigate too. It's not hard. If you got, and I guarantee you for like little kids like this, it's a very basic ass map that they're using. It's either got like a 10-point grid coordinate or nothing. It's probably just like block A2 or something. That was Shaw. All right, bet. To get them in trouble and have, let's see, sorry, reading Toasties in here. To get them in trouble and have them be better monitored so all the other troops have a fair chance. Yeah, that was never going to happen, Toasty. Come on now. The mission was to catch them cheating or troops counting, so it was never about winning. It was always about winning. It was always about winning. Otherwise, Tina wouldn't have picked up that pine cone. It was about winning. They were never going to get in trouble. The troop leader couldn't even remember to bring snacks to their meeting. She had to warm up a burrito and cut it 7 ways. Those troop leaders aren't paying attention to nothing.
Oh no! I love that they chanted, "We're not being sued."
Love that they snuck an Orient joke in there. I was like, wait. It wasn't Oriental. So, no, JBL. Well, what Mike is trying to say is when Tina found the pine cone, Tina was not yet lost. Yeah. I think you got it.
I did get it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why it's Tina's objective to then point out that they're cheating. It's just a weird thing to do because she tried to do it with the boat as well when they did the cardboard boats. And it's like just not worth it.
Shaming the other team does nothing if the other team doesn't feel shame.
Yeah, she could have won the pizza party.
Yeah. It's like,
but again, that would have been another Curb Your Enthusiasm where it's like, all right, I guess I found it. I'm done. Done.
It's not making this political, but I'm just giving this a real world example. It's like when if like a Republican does something hypocritical and you're like, you're being a hypocrite. It's like, I don't give a shit. They don't care. So you trying to shame somebody who doesn't have shame doesn't work. And that's what's going on here with 257. It was never going to work. So, leave it to us. We know voices. Then it was Kristen. Okay, well, you spelled her name wrong, by the way, Cello. Spelled her name wrong. And we're going to let her know that when we see her. Should have at least brought a drone in the event.
I'm going to bring something and be like, sign this for Cello. And by the way, could you sign it with a C, Kristen?
Yeah, CH, please.
It's pronounced Christina.
They should have at least brought a drone in the event a camper gets lost. Again,
I don't think
she warmed up a burrito because she forgot the snacks. There's no way she's remembering a drone.
Yeah, they just don't have the budget.
Yeah.
They're working on friendship bracelets and cookies that they're not selling.
Yeah. because they always cheat and they want some justice. There's no justice to be had. If your leadership is doesn't care, then there's nothing that's going to happen. Oh, so acting like a 5-year-old if the red team loses. Huh?
I think he's making a reference to your thing that you were talking about.
Oh.
Yes. 5 is a bit much. I'd go a little bit lower on that.
Yeah. That's
at 5, you kind of know the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah. What did the 5-year-olds do to you?
It's rough in kindergarten, man.
Maybe narking is Tina's kink. No, butts and zombies and Jimmy Jr. is her kink.
I don't think it's karma, unfortunately.
No, don't kink shame. Oh, I'm not kink shaming. We all know, but that ain't kinks. That's just her getting herself
killed. I don't
killed.
know, though. Maybe it is karma because she does hope for good things to happen to her in return for things getting shit on.
Maybe the Chiefs would have won fair and square for the refs. Oh, Yahoo! Shut up. Everybody was like, "Oh, the Chiefs got it all season long except for the Super Bowl."
They looked so bad, though.
Yeah,
their first 2 drives, they looked bad.
They looked bad the whole game.
We stopped watching because it was bad.
Yeah, you think the refs stopped the defense from giving up all those long passes and long runs from the Eagles?
How Patrick Mahomes got intercepted like so many times.
Yeah, you think the refs did that? Sit down.
Sports ball.
Yeah, sit down.
Hi, Mr. Belcher. How are sports?
She did. She did want to be a hall monitor. It was definitely narking. Oh yeah, she yeah. Well, I don't know if it's narking or just like a position of power, which I guess
I think it's a position, yeah. But then I think for her it depends on who she's narking on. Because when it was Zeke and he told his story, she had empathy.
And I will say this: that is a good point, Toasty. But she also didn't want to be in this position in this episode.
No, she did not want it.
She pulled the short string, and she was like,
"Didn't get it."
Yeah, she was hoping not to have this one. So.
I do love that the Belchers were like, so are we going to gaslight Tina and mess up her socks? And I was like, Jesus, guys.
Yeah, Bob was an asshole. And he's like, yeah, that's funny. I'm like, Bob,
why the fuck are we doing that to Tina? She doesn't roughen up. Why are we doing this?
So mean. But I do like every time they cut to the family, they did have like a one-liner or a funny little quip that like justified them being there. So
yeah.
But yeah, all in all, really solid episode. I really enjoyed it. Aaron was completely right. The vibes were definitely on the spookier side. Most importantly, we never found out Zeke's last name. Was there a conversation I missed?
I brought up Zeke.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we're not going to find his name. It's kind of like Daryl. We're not going to find his either.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
She's a rule-following person that thinks it's not fair if the others get away with stuff. She gets looped into stuff with her siblings, but that's her family.
Yeah, I agree.
I get all that. But again, all of that is negated by her not wanting to have to do this in the first place.
Yep.
She didn't volunteer to do this. She didn't want to. She was like, dang it. I don't want to do this. That's where the whole family was doing that. Luis definitely... it was a little weird, but maybe it was Bob just trying to bond with them.
Yeah, I think I would have been a little bit more like okay if like Linda said like you can only do 3 and Bob's like be nice, just do like 2 pairs of socks. Just like don't do her whole drawer.
But yeah, all in all, I thought it was a really great episode. I think this season's been really good.
And Yahoo, I was about to ask him about that because that did seem like an Aaron moment. The daughter holding the vase and freaking out, like it's hot, mom. Like I was like, that seems like Aaron.
Yeah.
And the burp too.
Yeah.
Because it was like like the mouth. I was like, that's an Aaron thing to
do. Any parting words for Bob's?
It was great.
Yeah.
I mean, since they've come back, they've been all very good. So,
just because she didn't want to get picked doesn't mean she's going to give up or half-ass it. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
The Alpha has met. Oh my God! Yeah. Season 5 making up for the last season for lack of Tina content. Might have to go back and see all of last season. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, we did have quite a bit Tina already this year, so maybe.
Perhaps. I wonder if when they go into a season, do they like, hey, we need to focus a little more on X, Y, and Z, or they just focus on having good stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may be, honestly, they pick up the story and they're like, which character needs a little more fleshing out or needs more screen time? Who hasn't got the light in a while?
Yeah, for sure. Cool. What's next week's episode?
That's going to be the Atlantic City episode.
Which,
So,
you got the synopsis?
Yep. It's the Belchers have a wild night at the casino, and Linda learns more about her late grandfather than she wanted to know.
I wonder what that can mean.
He's probably in the mafia.
I was gonna say, I wonder if he's like a card counter or something. Like maybe he cheats at the casinos.
Yeah, maybe he cheated.
And if you head to our page now, Variety just put out a interview with H. John where he recreates an entire scene, the opening of this week's episode or next week's Thursday's episode, the one JB was just talking about, where he voices all the characters. So he does his own Linda impression, he does a Tina impression, a Luis impression, Jean, yada 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 yada. Didn't we hear what happened to Daryl's voice actor? Yeah, he got semi-canceled, then he's back and he's fine. He was in the movie.
He was. For one line, but yeah. He's in it.
So he's fine. That's the story. Although Daryl hasn't appeared since the movie because he's a side character and he's not needed.
And he's kind of a typecast. Like Henry Haber's more developed than Daryl at this point. Daryl is a nerd, and that's about as much as we get for Daryl. And he's had his episodes. He really did. I mean, he's had some good ones. So now we've got Arnold. We have Zeke. We have some more well-developed side characters. Rudy. Like, use those.
Yeah. We haven't had Dr. Yap in seasons.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody grabbing the pitchforks for that. So not every character needs to be back and voicing. If the story calls for it, then the story calls for it. Replace him with a black dude easily. Huh? What? Oh, replace Aziz with a black dude. Yeah, Aziz is fine, everyone. There's really no such thing as cancellation in the industry. So he's fine.
Louis C.K. is back.
Louis C.K. is back. And if Lauren Bashard thinks it's fine to have Aziz on there, then it's fine to have Aziz on there.
I think it's more Aziz is asked to not be in it and take a step back. So
the voice actor has to be Indian like Aziz. There seems to be almost less Gene episodes. I don't think it has to be. Daryl is supposed to be. I don't know if Daryl is supposed to be black. I don't know if he. I don't know. I mean, Aziz has that distinct voice, but I don't know if Aziz or if Daryl's supposed to be black. I will admit I don't know too many Indian Daryls, though. I will say that. Maybe Arnold Evans' voice actor should voice Daryl someday. Isn't that Damon Wayans?
This Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah. Arnold's voice. Although Arnold's voice. Yeah, maybe. Or just get rid of Daryl. We don't really need him. He doesn't really. It's not Daryl's burgers.
It isn't.
No. So that kind of wraps up this week's show. Anything you'd like to discuss? I know I still have to do this whole thing. Is there anything you'd like to discuss?
Not right now. My buddy is doing a great job formatting. So.
Oh yes.
He's already well past. He's into the side dishes. So he's already done breads. He's done the intro. He's done the table of contents, the cover, the back cover. He's done, turkey. Turkey's all done. So now we're just getting to the second half of the book now that he's chipping away at. So should be good. I'm just finishing that stuff up and sending it over. And then was able to slowly work on some of our San Diego meetup things, but I gotta sand them, and it's gonna be a little bit of a process. That'll be a whole day of just sitting there and just doing the edges like the kids were.
Yeah. Cool.
But I do have a ventilator, so I'm not worried about it.
Let's see, just going through the chat here real quick. No, JZG, I see that we got that clear. Yeah, he never said that he was black. Daryl never said he was black, but I guess he might be. He never corrected Bob. I mean, not correcting isn't really a confirmation, though. Cool. All right. Let's see.
We're gonna open it.
Yeah.
Any predictions? What you're gonna get?
First, pick a number between 1 and 4.
3.
Ooh, lucky number 3. This is number 3. I am hoping I pull a Bob or a Teddy between those two. I'd like to think Bob is probably like, I don't know if they're like evenly distributed throughout the boxes. Like they do like 10 Bobs and 10 Lindas and blah, 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 blah. I'm leaning towards a Bob.
Okay. Any reason why I had to pick a number between 1 and 4?
Oh, because I had 4 boxes.
Oh, okay.
So
I was just like, is it just some random thing? You're like, 3. I'm
I
good.
had 4 boxes. I was like,
I hope I get Bob. It's what was the 3 for?
I'll let you make the bad decision.
Okay.
Chat, what do you think is in this box? JB, what do you think is in the box?
I'm thinking it's going to be a Eugene. Is there a weight difference? Are we now like Pokemon card collectors? Is that one empty?
It's empty.
No.
Oh, hopefully. I don't know.
Do we need to open this one? Because then it's on air. So if you wanted to, you could send them a video.
What am I going to say? Here's my
another
YouTube
one.
channel.
No, let's send them a clip and be like, I want another one. I opened it. There was nothing in it.
That's fucking hilarious. Well, maybe. I can't tell.
No Lone Moose Minute this week, Christine. Sam is visiting his family out in the country.
Okay, there may be
that,
something.
but I don't know that's for real. But I know he is visiting family. He told us that.
Okay, so this one shakes. This one shakes. This one feels heavy, but it doesn't shake. This one feels just about as heavy. So maybe this one's just packed a little better.
Yeah, maybe.
I also just mixed them all back together, so I don't know if this is the one I had. Let's see. Linda, Teddy, Tina. Okay. And
I'll lock in Gene.
I think it might be no shaking space. All right, way down here. Oh, want to get the box? Okay, so before we go, here's the front of the box. These are from Culture Fly. Side of the box, side of the box, top of the box, bottom of the box, which is a nice little burger logo, always fun. And then here is the checklist of all the different figures. The Belchers and Teddy. I'm going to try to open this without destroying the boxes. These are really good boxes. There we go. And it does just slide open from the side here.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. Oh, and a little art on the inside of the box.
Well done, guys. We got to reach out to them and be like, nice job.
Includes a cutout checklist. All right, I haven't seen the figure yet. I will open it up and let you all see first. And boom. Who do I get?
Oh, we got Teddy.
I got Teddy. All right, done.
Teddy, nice.
Like I said, I knew it was going to be either Bob or Teddy. I was leaning towards Bob, but I got a Teddy. Inside of the box.
Well, that's nice. That's a really nice display, too.
It's a good, sturdy box. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It's a checklist. And obviously, you can just slide this back closed. I kind of want to open that other box to see if it was empty or not.
You could. It could just be another Teddy, though.
Maybe if it is, and that means I got an extra one, and I know somebody who needs one.
That is true. Adam is looking for one.
Oh, so these I stand corrected. These are not bobbleheads. They're just vinyl figures. So
They look good though.
yeah, it's a good quality. Let's see. It's a good quality. I would have preferred like if they had like the name here. It does say Bob's Burgers on the stand right there.
Yeah.
And then all the 20th century stuff there. So that's pretty cool. Tell you what, so my idea was to save one for Instagram and one for YouTube. So I'll do that, but I do want to see if that other box is empty though. If I can get 5 yeses in the chat to open another box, I will. It's up to you now, audience. This is the mystery one. This is the mystery one. For the record, that's got something in it. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's got something in it. This one is still factory sealed. It just feels light as a feather, stiff as a board over here. But I need 5 people to say yes. 1, 2, 3. Our vote does not count. I need 2 more people. Otherwise, we'll never know. Because I'll open it and I won't tell you. Well, let's end on a high note. That's 4.
That's JCG twice. And Christine twice.
Oh, hey! I'll take it. I'm going to end this stream here soon anyway, so. That's 5 yeses in the chat. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ours doesn't count, JZJ.
And a laugh out loud from Christine.
And a laugh out loud. Fuck it. Okay.
Laugh out. What was it? What did Bob call it? Laugh something loudly.
Oh, yeah. Cello says yes. All right, bet. All right, here we go. Open. Bob says that's not one of the options. It was either a yes or a no. Come on. The instructions aren't that hard. I'll do the slow roll, and you guys just tell me if there's something in it.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, my God. Okay, then. Okay, so this is a big one. So then it's just snugly packed in there.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Okay. Did you all see what the
Yep.
was? Okay.
Louise.
And Louise.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good one.
Pretty cool. I would liken these to like mini versions of the U2s.
Yes.
If you remember those.
Vibe, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good. They even got her barrettes in the back there.
It's good quality.
It's
good
a
molding.
great, yeah. It's not flimsy. Even the appendages, which like are slim, don't feel like they're gonna break. So yeah, I would highly recommend looking for a 5 and below to try to get yours. God, I kind of just want to open the other ones. But you know what? No, that's not how the content machine works.
No.
OMG, plastic, you can hear. Yeah, they're definitely plastic. But they are fantastic. And again, the boxes, you just got them back there. It's just a little plastic in there. So good quality. These were 5 and below, $5 a piece. I heard someone saying that they were also at Hot Topic for like $10 a piece. That.
Yeah, that's
no. So yeah, just be on the lookout for those if you have a 5 and below. I know there are some on Mercari or eBay selling just open boxes. For like
if you're looking for a specific one, usually.
Yeah, for like $7 or $8, which is fine. They get you a guaranteed figure. So yeah, do it. I second Christine. No, we're already over our hour here, so I don't think I'm going to. You're not the boss of me. You don't sign my paychecks.
Which we don't get. But
which we don't get. All right. This has been From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your unofficial but verified one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am Mike.
And I'm JB.
And we will see you next week where we cover not one episode of the Great North, but 2 and a new Bob's.
3
and who knows, maybe I'll have more of these boxes to open up. Probably not. They're expensive, but we'll see. Good night.
Night, everybody.